Hi everyone, in today's video I've got a swarm of bees on the ground and they may actually start marching before I manipulate them. They're headed towards the box. I just set it down. But I'm just outside of Winfield at the Auburn University's Upper Coastal Plain Agricultural Research Center, and they was polite enough to call me and give me an opportunity to catch these bees here. This is pretty simple on the ground. I've got set up in the shade right here, and so I'm just going to kind of let these bees find this and walk in, and I'll film the march. Something interesting upon arrival is over here, this building. We have some scout bees, and checking this out, so it's quite possible that swarm was headed to that location and the queen just didn't quite make it. So I'll run into these from time to time. In the spring, it's usually just a case of the queen, for whatever reason, she got too heavy and she can't fly. Now, if you find something like this on over in the late summer in your yard, you might want to check and see if you had an abscond. Even if there's bees at the entrance, they're probably nurse bees. But in this case, this is just probably a natural swarm, so I'm kind of going to hunt for the queen and see if we can coax them in the box. So dealing with a swarm like this on the ground, which we're fortunate the whole thing's in the shade, but one thing I will try to do is to get is to position the opening in such a way that it's in the shade, even if the sun's shining on the back. But in this case, me and the box, the bees are all in the shade, so that will release some heat stress on it. It can cause the bees to abscond pretty quickly if it's really hot on the box. So what I'm doing here is I'm just scanning for the queen. And this is somewhat of a small colony. I can get them going, get them in a new box and help them get going if I can find the queen and get them in the box. So I'm going to slide this a little bit closer. So I'm going to try to use the smell of this old comb here to kind of get them started this way. You can see almost immediately they're attracted to the comb. And there it is, we got the march started, marching to this one frame of drawn out comb. This is actually a deep that I extracted honey off of last year. Well, I hope I get to see the queen. They went in here very easily, but I have not seen a queen at all. So I don't know if they're queen right or not. Well, finally there she is. I can tell by looking at it, it's a virgin queen, so this is like an after swarm young queen. She'll have to take her mating flight, but this swarm will do. Had to take all the frames back out to find it, so I'll get them put back in there. So here we are several minutes later, successful swarm catch. I do have the queen in there, and I know it's a virgin queen. So this is swarm number 4 for this season for me. So that each swarm has been a variety of elevation. I went from having one on the ground to 2 foot from the ground, 12 foot, and then the last one I caught was about 30 foot from the ground. So I've had a variety of swarm elevations to deal with this spring, even though it's just been 4 swarms. But these bees are settling in. I got some used combs in there. I'll take these home and put them in my bee production yard, let them get started. I might give them a frame of brood to help them get built up faster. Probably going to transfer them into a 5-frame nuke once the queen starts laying. And in my experience, it seems like with small swarms like this, they build up quite a bit faster if they're in a 5-frame nuke versus a 10-frame. And I don't know why that is, other than maybe for the given amount of bees, perhaps they use the volume more efficiently of a nuke than they do of a 10-frame box. But whatever the reason, it just seems like they respond and build up better in a 5-frame nuke. But for the bees to feel secure with the amount of volume they have, I'm going to leave them in this 10-frame box until there's brood present, and then I'll move them into a 5-frame box. And once again, I thank the folks at the Auburn University's Upper Coastal Plain Agricultural Research Center for giving me a shout out to and the opportunity to come and get these bees. Enjoyed talking with them after I got the bees coming in, so great experience, but I want to thank them for the opportunity once again. Well, thank y'all for joining me for this video today, and we'll catch you on the next one.